Hi friends, it's Becky and the beads were good again this week. This is my weekly wrap up and chat video where I try on the things that I've made, talk about how my week went, talk about my plans for next week, and then anything that I feel like talking about. It's just a chat, we're having a visit. And it's going to be a little bit different this time because one of my friends suggested that I show the beads on a bead mat first before I do the try on. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to go down to my bead mat and talk about all of the beads or all of the things that I made this week, and then we're going to switch back over here to face so I can show them what they look like on a person, because that's the whole reason I started doing these, is because I had enough of my friends ask me what they look like when they're worn. And I was like, you know what, I'll just try them on and show you what they look like. I decided that was what I was going to do, because you could see them on the mat when I was making it, but it's nice to have the wrap up with them all on the mat too. So I appreciate that suggestion, and it's something that I'll be doing going forward. So let's jump down to the bead mat and we'll take a look at them. So let's take a look at these on my bead mat and then we'll do a try on with them. One of the first things that I made last week was this necklace using some of the beads that came in the Potomac beads treasure box. This was the ladies night box, and like I just really wanted to make flowers using some of these beads, so I called it the night garden because it just made me think of that. And then I had some earrings that were super easy to make, just using the same drops that I used for the necklace, and it was really easy and simple to put together. So we'll take a look at that on in just a minute. And then the next thing that I made didn't happen on my channel. It happened on the Beads to Live By Facebook group. I made these earrings and this necklace using the beads in the curated collections for August, and I just love these purple and pink and blue beads, and then I just wanted a little pop of gold with these fire polish beads, and I love this necklace. If you missed the live, it is available for replay on the Beads to Live By Facebook channel, but there's two different videos because we had some technical difficulties. So like the first video is the necklace and the second video is the earrings. I'll put links to both of those for replay in the description below if you wanted to catch up to them. Again, I'll have links to all of the videos that I made things in there. And then I sat down to make one thing, and I ended up making just a whole bunch of other things with the Soft Flex kit. It was the which one is this? Sunset Splendor kit, where I added some seed beads from my stash, but then I also added this fossil coral focal, and then I used these other beads came from that kit. And so I made this necklace, and then I made this necklace, which we're gonna show it on my neck pretty soon when we flip back up to my face-to-face camera. Then we had this bracelet here with the orange, and then we had this bracelet that I used these paddle beads on to make kind of a fun little thing like that, and we'll put that on in a minute. And then I also made these earrings and these earrings, and I had another set of earrings. Where did they go? All right, well, here, these ones and those ones, and I think there was another set. I'll have to go find them when I flip the camera back up, so we'll take a look at those then, because they're just not here. And there was another bracelet too. And then this is something that I also made that you might have seen so far, or you haven't. I showed y'all the kumihimo necklace that I made last week while I was getting ready for my video for this. And this is just a bracelet that I made using the same beads that I did on this one in the same gradient order. And then my video is just showing how to set up how to get your bead counts right for doing a gradient like this with multiple colors, and then gluing things together and finishing it off. So that's what my video is, and it is actually, while I'm recording this, it is processing right now. So it should be ready for watching before I edit this video, because showing them on the bead mat, which was a suggestion, does mean that I have to do more editing and more processing. So it'll be a little while between when I film this and when y'all get to watch it. So when I flip back up to the face-to-face camera, then I'll grab those other two items that were missing from this mat. Okay, so the two ones that were missing was this bracelet that I wore because I really loved it. So it was on my bedside table instead of with all of the things that I'd made. And then these earrings that were just right here, they were dangly, so I hooked them to my my light stuff so that they'd be hanging out. But let me bring it a little closer so you can take a look at it right there. This looks better dangling than it does on a mat anyway. But yeah, so these were some of the ones that I made in my great big let's use up all of the beads that are in my soft flex kit that I did, where I was like, I'm gonna make one thing, and then I was like, no, I'm gonna make all the things. Because sometimes that's hot. Sometimes I just need one thing just to get a single piece of creativity finished, and sometimes I need to do all the things. So whether I do some or none or all depends on the day. But let's start taking a look at what some of these look like when they are on. I'm going to start with the Night Garden necklace that I made with my Potomac Beads kit. Well, it wasn't a kit, it's a bead box. And this one is a little bit longer for me, but still a very nice length to be able to wear like this. It sits below my collarbone, but not all the way down to the décolletage. And then the earrings, which are super cute. I love, love, love when we can make little like flowers with beads. It's one of my favorite things. And that's what that looks like with it. So there's my try-on for those. Then let's get the necklace and earrings that I made with my Beads to Live by Live, which is so much fun. I love hanging out with Cassandra. We had such a great time chatting about beads and all of the things that she's been doing lately and some of the upcoming things that we can expect from their shop and also from the curated collections. And we did just have a close-up of this. I'll hold it up to the camera in a minute too. This is what it looks like on the neck. It sits at a very, very perfect place for me, I think. And then here's the earring, and it sits right here. And the earring was just a couple of loops with a beading wire. Go into the ear, friend. And when I was making the necklace, it's beading wire, and then you just make a little loop with it and add your fringe, your dagger beads, that sort of thing, just on the loop. And it's like, it looks more complicated than it is to actually make it. It was pretty simple to do. I would actually be happy doing another version of it another day, maybe for my channel, so that video was available on YouTube for the folks that don't do Facebook, because not everybody does that. But it hangs a little bit different when it's on a neck than it does when I'm holding it up like this. But yeah, so that's what I made with the Beads to Live by. And like I said just a minute ago, 2 videos. The necklace is the first video, the earrings is the second, because we did have some technical difficulties, which happens. It absolutely happens. I was actually really surprised that we didn't have technical difficulties before we started. I was like, wow, first time that we don't have hiccups when we start, and then we had them in the middle instead. So we had to have something go wrong. You know how it is. All right, but then I made more of these things with my soft flex kit. This is supposed to be a choker length necklace. Let me get this on here with these tile beads and these red things. I love it. It is perfect. And then I also used some red beads to make these dangly eye earrings. And let's see if I can get this. Sometimes this type of ear wire is like, no, I'm too complicated for you. You need something simple. So we'll see if today is a day that I can put that in, and it looks like I got it in. Good for me, good for me. So I made those, and then I also made these earrings, which are just, they're opulent. This is the only word that I can think of for these earrings is opulent, especially like this boho bead and the way it dangles. They are absolutely something that you would wear when you want to be super fancy. Like if you just want to be the fanciest person who ever walked around in opulence and fancy things, that's this one. It's full of sparkle and glitz and glam and just, you know, it would like be perfect at like Versailles or something. One of those like places where it's just covered in glitzy, glamorous sparkles. I love it so much. But yeah, so that was an earrings that I made, and these were all from the Sunset Splendor kit. And then we have an orange bracelet. And orange does not look good on me when I wear it like as a shirt or something, but if I've got it on my wrist, it's far enough from my face that it'll work out all right. And I live somewhere where some of the sports teams, like this orange color is definitely, we'll go with that. So if I ever go to like a UT game or something, I got something I can wear. You know, it'll work out. It'll work out. Everything's fine. It's weird that I moved someplace where a color that isn't great for me. Okay, but this is fancy as well, because look at all of these paddle beads. They sit really nicely on the wrist when it's being worn. Just perfect, I think. Ooh. And this was the one where I couldn't get the lobster clasp at the right angle when I was wearing it, so I'm just going to put it on and forget about clasping it for while we're doing our try on. That's what it looks like. I will clasp it better when I actually wear it. And this one was my favorite. This was the one with this coral, the coral fossil with all of these frondy things. And I just used some seed beads that I got from Jill Wiseman, who, by the way, she's got 20% off seed beads. I just saw an email for that. I think it was today, or was it yesterday? So, you know, if you wanted to get those seed beads, I'll put a link to the color that I used for this if you all wanted it. But that's where I got them from. So we had that, and I actually wore this like yesterday. I was going out and running errands and wearing my fancy coral necklace and just having a great time with it. But yeah, and I also wore this because I love these velvety beads. I thought they were fantastic. Okay, and then the kumihimo one. Okay, so kumihimo video should be public before this one, because I'm gonna have to take some time to edit this one, because it adds a little bit of time for editing. Instead of doing it all in one shot with my chat video, I have to break it up and do my intro, and then edit in the looking down at the bead mat thing, and then add the exit, this part, the part that you're watching now, after that. So it means that I have to put it through the editor, and there's some processing time while that edits it and exports it, and then I have to upload it, and then YouTube processes it. So this probably won't be viewable until much later tonight. So you guys are sort of used to late night Becky. So late night chat. That'll be fine. But I did do the video with this kumihimo. And I didn't do the entire necklace in that video, although in the description I do put the measurements that I used for, you know, each strand and how much of each color to string on for each strand to get this necklace done. I also am putting in the description for the bracelet. The bracelet was the one that I did with y'all, and the glue dried. I'm trying to get this off, but it ended up being pretty perfect for my first attempt at doing my own kumihimo pattern, where I figured out the math for it myself, and I'm super happy that I figured that out, and I just wanted to share it because it was a great challenge. And this is not the easiest toggle clasp to put on with one hand. I should probably not be using it for a bracelet. And it's just because it's got a fairly long toggle and a very short opening, so you kind of have to turn it at exactly the right angle to get it done. So I'm going to struggle taking this off later tonight, so I'm going to leave it on right now for the rest of this chat. So what do I have planned for next week? Next week we are definitely going to be making some things. I haven't decided what I'm working with for the making yet. That is something that I'm going to sit down on Monday and start planning that out for that. But I know that there are at least 3 bead boxes that I am going to be opening with y'all and organizing. One is the Soft Flex design kit. That's going to be on Wednesday. I always publish after the official reveal an opening when there is one that is planned, so that's going to be after that one. There's also the Gemstone Orphanage for September, which y'all, I'm so excited to share it with you. It is so pretty. Yes, that's what I'm going to make stuff. That's one of the things I'm making with that. So probably that will be after my unboxing though. So, and again, there is an official unboxing on the Homestrom Jewelry channel. So after theirs has been published, then I will publish mine, so that you can take a look at that. And there's also the Jesse James Beads Magical Mystery Bead Box that we've got an opening. That's for the August box, which I wasn't sure. I mean, the color scheme for this, just no spoilers, the color scheme for that box has always been kind of one of those difficult for me color palettes that's like, this is a challenge for me to maybe like, and it's possibly because of like my childhood and you know what I was exposed to when I was young, but it does also offer a lot of nostalgia. So those are my little hints that hopefully aren't a super spoiler for you for what that looks like, but the way it was put together, and this is like, I need to give like Jesse James Beads their props for this. The way it was put together is, it is an experience. It is absolutely nostalgia. It is 100% pulling down some Tupperware jugs and like tipping over a can of juice from concentrate, and that noise that it does when it sucks out of that, stirring in 3 cans of water, you know, in grandma's kitchen. It's just, you know, the nostalgia is there for that color scheme. I was feeling it. It's definitely feeling it. And yeah, it's definitely a very, very 70s, early 80s. Yeah, right there. So, so if you've got your box, you know, you may agree with me on that it's something that you may have thought, this is going to be really challenging, but the way they've put it together and the way it is an entire experience kind of makes it super fun. And I'm going to have fun making with it, even if it's not Becky colors, it still is colors that were part of what made up my life and made up my memories and made up like everything that I come from. So it's going to be fun to explore that and maybe do some reminiscing while we're making some things. I think that'll be super fun too. So we'll do that. Let me see what else. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be making something with the Gemstone Orphanage box, which y'all, I need to shut up because I'm going to be dropping spoilers if I do not change the subject. But yeah, I'm going to do that. We've got, basically one more week left in August. And then I'm going to be changing gears and doing the September chain challenge. I did it last year. I made up the challenge. I was just like, I need to challenge myself with something. And I did it last year, and I'm so glad that I did, because having that challenge of actually a doable amount, 2 beaded chain necklaces a week is not too much for me, because I was able to still take care of family. I was still able to take care of work. I was still able to, do some content, and that was part of the content, but I was able to meet those challenges. And inside of that, I was giving myself little challenges, like to make beaded chain with beading wire instead of craft wire, to make beaded chain with that's bead woven. And I've done another one of those recently, in addition to the one that I did last September. And that was super fun and a really great challenge. So I think I'm going to do another one like that with a bead woven link. I'll do another one that I use beading wire with. I'll do another one. I'll just see what I can do, how I can do something fun or interesting, or just challenge myself with it. But then we'll do some regular ones, just some simple loops. We'll do some wrapped links. We'll do infinity links, because I figured out those super easy ways to make it. And why not? We'll have at least one, maybe 2, with some infinity links on there. So we'll just play around with links, see what we can make, and have ourselves some beaded chain necklaces. And you are 100% welcome to join me. There are no prizes. The prize is the satisfaction of achieving the challenge and a pat on the back and maybe a shout out from me. That's it. I'm not giving anything away for it. We're not doing anything like that's just a little too much for me. But we're gonna have some fun. Gonna make some chain. Gonna do some fun things like that. And I think if you come along with me, just make a couple. You don't have to do like 2 a week like I'm doing. Do what makes sense for you on that. And especially if you want to get better at doing beaded chains and making links, setting a challenge for yourself like that will make you so much better at the end of it. Like at the beginning, you can look at my videos and you can see at the beginning of September last year, maybe I wasn't that good at it. And then by the end, I had gotten so much better. I had gotten so much more confidence in the way that I made links and my wire working, because I had given myself that challenge, and because in order to meet that challenge, I was stepping outside of my comfort zone a little bit. And so I was able and in a place where I could do that. If you're dealing with a lot of stuff, do what you're capable of doing, But if you have the room to maybe give yourself a little bit of a challenge, then yeah, let's try. Let's expand our wire working skills and make some stuff, make some wire. So yeah, that's my plans. That's where I've been. That's how things are going. And I'm so grateful to all of you, because I did spend some time reflecting on what I'm grateful for when I was doing my unboxing for that Grateful Heart kit, which we're gonna see. It will be published on Wednesday after Softflex does theirs on their channel. But while I was doing the unboxing, I was thinking about how grateful I am to have this hobby, to have this channel that I can ramble on a video and have people just want to spend time with me while we're making some things, and how I can share some of the ideas that I have, how we can maybe just get better at doing this stuff together. and that there are so many fantastic people that I have met through this and have become a big part of my day-to-day life. And I really, really, really appreciate y'all. And I'm really happy to have you here with me, listening to me, telling stories, listening to me talk about jewelry making, and just interacting and being part of this. It means a lot to me to have that, because I don't have a lot of time for going out and doing other socializations. So this is a little bit of a lifeline for me, and I appreciate that for you guys. So thank you. With everything else that I'm doing. I'm gonna probably wrap this up now before I start crying, because it's been a week. It absolutely has, and we got another week coming up. I got a lot of projects at work, got things that we're dealing with. I have actually had a really great month. Considering, had my birthday, I turned 47. I got to do stuff with the Softflex channel. I got to do stuff with Beads to Live By channel. I might do a Beads and Brews with Nile pretty soon. He invited me to do one, and I just need to arrange it with him. When I do, I'll let you all know. It'll probably end up being on the Silver Silk channel when we do that. And because if you know anything about me, you do know that I love Silver Silk. So that would be a lot of fun to do with him. I just need to arrange what date and time that's going to happen. But it's going to be pretty fun. They've got a lot of things coming up in the middle of September for the other, bead companies and all the things that they're going to be doing. They've got their Customer Appreciation Week, which I've gotten some kits for it. Yay! And other ones are on their way. So I'm going to be beading along with all of them as an attendee to the Customer Appreciation Week stuff. It's really fun. I really like the way that they structure those so that we can just have some beady time, like in the fall. It's great. It's great. Oh, I know. Okay, I know what some of the things that I'm going to be making next week go. It just hit me. But they'll be a nice surprise. You will find out when I publish them. So anyway, I hope y'all are having a fantastic weekend. I know it's the end of the weekend, but I hope you've had one. And I hope you continue to have a great, great week, and that you get some beading time in, that you get some time with your friends, and that you have a wonderful, wonderful time, because I really want you to know that you're appreciated, and I want only good things for my friends. Bye for now. Happy beading.